Welcome to Tom Meret's retrospective show on work that he was doing from the early 60s until he left us prematurely in 1971. This represents something quite special. This was his rendition of the Phoenix, and that we all have an opportunity in life to rise from the ashes of our disappointments and our tragedies. So today represents something where one takes probably one of the worst tragedies, to have one's father gone at age 64, and turning it into quite a celebration of the work that he's left behind. So this one was in 1970 in May, not knowing that a year and a couple months later he would not be doing these again. So I decided this was the angel of mercy. And then we had this one that was in his garage, all beaten up. The whole thing was wetted and whatnot, and so I decided that that needed to be framed for this exhibition. And so I had that done, and we cut it out and put it on linen, and that was the last of the ones that we actually framed from Bahia, Quino, Mexico in 1971. So we have these two abstract paintings, which I've always done together because they seem to represent the things that come into our lives. And as I was looking at this was done in July of 70, just a year before he died. And all of these abstract boxes represent times I felt in my life where things were clear, then they weren't clear. And so these things have always represented that consciousness that some things we really don't know are held within, the secrets of life. This one too represents, and this again was April of 1970, so this is a year and 2 months before they would not be making these again, which were really great. What we have here are 4 sketches that Tom did from 1927 till 1931, when he was in France, and when he was part of the Civil Engineering Corps, I believe. And so here we have sketches from the towns that he visited. Now mind you, all 4 of these were in a garbage can in the garage. Tom had a very strong feeling and affinity toward the Viking nations. And so all of a sudden these 2 pieces appeared in his collection. One of them will become David Edelstein's private piece. The rest of them will be donated to the library through the foundation here at Central Oregon Community College. The 2 paintings of the shells represent the time when Tom and Helen were camping on the beach in Quino, Mexico. And he would be painting and she would be doing her knitting, and it was just an idyllic time of life for them. And these 2 birds represent potential books that I probably will publish through Moonglade Press. This one represents parenting, and that's why I felt that that name of that was probably pretty appropriate. All the time he's creating these images that float in and out, that become part of the larger painting. And this one I've titled basically Partnership. I mean, you can see where, in terms of the symbology, the male partner is looking up to protect the female partner who is tending the land, tending the children. So I felt that was a really good representation of a good marriage. I call this painting the Isle of Raum, an isle where we go to receive serenity.